at the Oregon Panthers. The Northgays won that one 36-6 yesterday. The Milton Redhawks are taking on the Beaver Dam Golden Beavers. Watertown headed over to Janesville Craig today. Janesville Parker Vikings are taking on the Wanakee Warriors. Then in the Badgers Small, Stoughton Vikings headed over to Portage Warriors. Fort Atkinson is taking on Reedsburg. Mount Horeb Barneveld is taking on Sauk Prairie Eagles. And another one of our spotlight games of the week in the Badgers Small is the Monona Grove Silver Eagles at the Baraboo Thunderbirds. Then in the Rock Valley, we have our game between the Edgewood Crusaders and McFarland Spartans. That one will kick off in just a bit here. And we will head over to the guys at McFarland High School.
Thank you, Molly. Alex Strofe alongside the Dean, Dennis Semrau. It's time for Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania. Week 3 action. Rock Valley Conference action as the Edgewood Crusaders play at the McFarland Spartans. Oh, Dean, Week 3 already. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, the last time these teams have met on the field, 2010, first round of the WIA playoffs. And McFarland came away with a 30-13 win on this field. It was a grass field back then. That's how long ago it was.
Not a turf field like a lot of them in the area are now. Huh?
Up until, this is Jesse Norris's 4th year, his first 2 years, and before that, when Al Minert was the coach, these two teams scrimmaged annually. Then they just, Jesse has different partners the last couple of years.
Gotcha.
So both programs are familiar with each other. And as we said, they're kind of mirrors with their spread offenses and 3-4-Ds.
Let's get it started, says the Black Eyed Peas as it plays over the sound system, and I'm right there with it. Let's get it started. The Edgewood Crusaders will kick to the McFarland Spartans. Spartans will work from our left to our right in their all Navy uniforms. Crusaders in all white. Sam Klestinski on to kick it away for the Crusaders. It is up, and away, and we are underway from McFarland. Here's a return from the 10-yard line. It's Braden Yasagir. And he brings it all the way up to the 46-yard line on the far side sideline. A big return to open things up.
Good field position here for the Spartans to start out with. Last week, one of the problems they had was they got in within 14-7, gave up a 98-yard kickoff return at the end of the first half. So this week, good for them to get off to a good start.
Dyer Isagiri on a big-time kick return. Unofficially, we'll call it about 33 yards up to the 45-yard line. So they're already nearing midfield. Cooper Kennedy is the junior quarterback, and he's in the pistol formation. He takes the snap, and it's a handoff. Chase Quell on the run. He brings it up to the 48-yard line for a gain of 3. Tripped forward behind his right guard. And we go to work about 20 seconds into this one. The Spartans already at their midfield on the blue Spartans logo at midfield. Navy helmets, Navy jerseys, Navy pants, white trim and lettering for the Spartans. Pistol formation again for Kennedy. Snap and a handoff to Quell. Quell takes it left side. He's wrapped up right where he started for a loss of 2 yards. Big time tackle there by the Crusaders defense.
That was Jackson Kitzmiller, their middle linebacker. And one thing to know about the Edgewood defense, after 2 games, 3rd in the state. That was their 23rd tackle for loss.
Wow. That's not too shabby. Through 2 weeks and, 2 minutes?
Nope.
That brings up a 3rd and 9 to go.
Actually, Kitzmiller at nose guard, that was his 7th tackle for loss in 3 games. So he's a beast there in the middle.
3rd and 9. Shotgun formation now for the Spartan offense. Kennedy just going to roll right with it to the near side sideline. He is taken out of bounds. A powerful tackle by Mark Herring for another loss, and that brings up a 4th down and 11 to go from midfield, and they will bring the punting unit on, so that'll be a 3 and out to start things off. A good start for a good Crusaders defense, Dennis.
Yeah, that's what you like to see. Get that, you have to kick off. You want to establish good field position. Getting the ball at midfield doesn't bode well for the defense, but they come up with that 3 and out.
Mason Folk on to punt it away, the kicker and punter for this Spartans team. And back to return for the Crusaders is Jackson Trudgeon, but that punt goes out of bounds at the opposite 40-yard line. Depending on where they will mark it right at the 40-yard line. Well, actually, the 45. They'll give it a more generous spot. So not a lot of room to work with here. Only 55 yards to the end zone.
Here's one for you. Number 2 for Edgewood, Mason Folkers. The punter for McFarland, 42, Mason Folk.
Ooh. Little similar name action there in week 3. That's what you like about the conference play. 10:25 remaining in this first quarter as the Crusaders offense gets its first shot. Joe Hartley out of the gun. Passes right side to who else but Cam Fane, who takes it up the right sideline for a gain of 30 yards up to the 25 before he's pulled out of bounds. There he is, Dennis, only a minute and a half into this one, a 30-yard completion to Cam Fane.
Oh, he's got to be a quarterback's best friend. I'm sure Hartley loves it. Just put it in his hands, let him make a play. 2
interceptions on defense, 2 rushing touchdowns on offense last week for the senior Cam Fane against Lake Mills. First down from the 29, they actually marked it. So Hartley fakes a handoff. He takes it himself right up the middle, all the way up to the 23-yard line now, a gain of 5.
Yeah, there's 27 on that previous play. And you follow it up with a nice 5-yard run and first down.
So that brings up a 2nd and 5. Knocking on the red zone here at the 23-yard line. Hartley about a pistol formation. Turiso making a shotgun now. Cam Fane out of the reverse, but the handoff goes to Jackson Trudgeon, who breaks the tackle. Still spinning, but that will be a loss of 4 all the way back to the 27-yard line.
Paul Morris, inside linebacker, with a nice tackle for loss there.
Oh, a generous spot there, Dan. They marked it at the 26.
Wow.
So it's a shorter loss than initially thought, but they are here on the near side hash mark, left hash mark, as the Crusaders work from our right to our left. 4 receivers out there, and Jackson Trudgeon in the backfield, but a flag flies before the snap on 3rd down. And it is offsides call on the defense, so that'll move the ball here on 3rd down. The Edgewood Crusaders, 2-0 on the season, a 42-14 win over River Valley in week 1, and a 20-0 win over Lake Mills in their first home game since 1994 last week. So if you're doing math at home, and as Dennis knows, I'm pretty good at math, 62-14 Edgewood outscoring their opponents through 2 weeks. 3rd down and 3 yards to go from the 21-yard line. Here's the snap to Hartley. Hartley hands it to Trudgeon. Trudgeon goes left side, using the sideline, cuts in, breaks a tackle. See you later, says the Wisconsin commit, as Jackson Trudgeon is in the end zone. His 2nd touchdown of the year, first on the ground.
First points for either team in the first quarter this season. They were both at 0, and nice. Did you see the little hand back there?
Yeah.
Kind of pointing. I don't think that was taunting. I think he was just kind of keeping his balance.
Yeah, right. He was just trying to keep it
like, what? There's nobody around me. Wow. It's a nice left side blocking.
Sam Klestinski on to attempt the point after here as we are just under 3 minutes into this one. Kick is up, and it is good. 7-0, Edgewood on top early in this one. The GRB Academy is baseball for the serious players. GRB Academy wants to be part of your plan to reach your potential. Utilize GRB Academy's 52,000 square foot facility, 14 batting cages, and 6,000 square foot weight room. Personal lessons are available, and they're available year-round. With over 300 college players and over 150 D1 players, GRB led the way in the Midwest for college recruitment and player development. Visit GRBacademy.com for more information. And as Greg Scouser will tell you, GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player. 7-0, Edgewood on top. 9 minutes, 9 seconds remain in this first quarter. And as Dennis mentioned, neither team coming into this one had scored in the first quarter. It only took less than 3 minutes for Edgewood to break that.
Yeah, both teams started at their own 45. McFarland had a 3-and-out. Edgewood 4 plays, 55 yards, 1:16 time of the drive. And that was a nice run for Jackson Trudgeon, who came into the season as a wide receiver.
Right.
He's got some chops at running back now. That was a very good play call.
listed on the depth chart as a wide receiver still, but he was out of the backfield that entire drive. So I think with Cam Fain out wide, might want to move the athletic trudgeon inside.
Yeah, they'll put him at the H-back, that slot position. They want to move him all around, just like Fain, get him as many touches
There's
as they can.
There's a squib kick from Edgewood. The ball's loose. I think Edgewood recovered that at the 33-yard line. And they did. An official mark comes in. Edgewood just squib kicked it and recovered it at the 33-yard line of McFarland.
You can let him up now. He was celebrating. It's Andrew Koziar. So that's 184-pound, 6-foot senior who's a backup reserve, but a big play on special teams.
Wherever you get your playing time, right?
Yeah, wherever you get your playing time.
So Edgewood back to work here on offense as they successfully recover a squib kick.
That'll be on the 33, 1st and 10. There's another short field here.
I've seen onside recovered, Dennis. I don't know how many squib kicks I've seen recovered. Hartleib now out of the gun. He's got two running backs with him. It was Herring and Abe Thompson. But he's just going to flip it over to Trudgeon, who came from the right side wide receiver slot and brought it to the near side sideline for a gain of 7 yards all the way up to the 25. Actually, that's a gain of 8 yards up to the 25.
Yeah, that's, again, you want to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers, so you got to be a little creative. There we get the wide receiver reverse, and comes up with 8. 2nd and 2 here on the 25. Knocking at the door again.
Hartleib out of the gun. Two receivers right, one left. He looks right, though. Over the middle, he was looking for Mark Herring, the tight end, but it was almost intercepted. Thrown a bit low and left. So that's incomplete and brings up 3rd down.
Well, the running coaches say too many bad things can happen when you put the ball in the air. Yeah, well, you can or you go back to pass, you can fumble, or you can throw a pick. And right there, that was a good break for the Edgewood offense. And unfortunately for McFarland, now this is one thing Coach Paul actually talked about, being fundamentally sound. When you have opportunities to make plays like an interception there, you got to make that play. Now they just gave Edgewood a free one, and we'll see if they can punch it in.
3rd and 2 here from the 22. Here's the snap to Hartleib. Handed off to Mark Herring, who powers forward all the way up to the 18-yard line. Now in the red zone and good for a fresh set of downs. This Edgewood offense, we talked about it in the pregame, Dennis. They're dynamic, and they can be very explosive, and that's what we've seen in the first 4 minutes of this game.
Yeah, it's, so far we've had a wide receiver, slot back, and a tight end with running plays here. And the starting running back, Abe Thompson, has not touched the ball yet. Wait till he gets it.
And he's in the backfield now with Hartleib here on a 1st and 10. Here's the snap to Hartleib, and it does go to Abe Thompson. He's wrapped up right where he started. A loss of 2 there on that one for Abe Thompson's first carry.
And, yeah, I think somebody was there waiting for him. Looks like, I believe it was 55, which would be Austin Bindle.
So that brings up a 2nd and long here, 2nd and 12 for the Edgewood offense, who leads 7-0 early in this one. Recovered a squib kick to get their 2nd offensive possession. 14-0 lead early certainly wouldn't hurt. Here's the snap to Hartleib. He's going to drop back to pass. Heavy pressure. Floats it over the left side to Cam Fain. He's got a lot of blockers. He's going to use the left sideline, and he's tripped out inside the 5. Cam Fain again with an explosive play for the Edgewood offense, getting them that much closer to another score. 1st down and goal now from the 4-yard line where they'll mark it, Dennis. Cam Fain again showing his explosiveness.
17 yards on that play on the nice little screen pass to the left. Coach Norris talked about leaving points on the board. He thought they left 21 points on the board last week. Doesn't look like they're leaving points on the board so far.
The blows right, and this pass is batted down. Kyle Cuso, the linebacker, was there to bat it away for the Spartans. Brings up 2nd down from the 4-yard line.
A good break up there. You got to make Edgewood here work. You don't want to just let them punch it in here. But again, a tough start here for Spartan fans. Good crowd here tonight. You can see across the way Edgewood's got a very good student body, top to bottom of the bleachers. It's packed over there.
Impressive showing by them, and they were chanting out, "We can't hear you," to the opposite fan section. We have a little ribbon between the fan sections, Dennis. Here's a snap to Hartley, who lost it, just jumped on top of it as Cade Rux made a quick dash for it, but Hartley was just a bit quicker. That brings up third down and moves it back to the 10-yard line. So I guess no matter how you look at it, it gives them a bit more space here to work offensively.
Yeah, that's the positive way to look at it.
Right.
Open up a little bit more turf. The toughest yards are in that red zone there where a lot of plays come out of the playbook. There's just not enough room.
Right. I like to think I'm an optimist, Dennis. That's why I went there. Here, 3rd and 10 now. Well, 3rd and goal, really, from the 10. Hartley out of a pistol formation. Make it a shotgun. Here's the snap. 3 receivers right. He's going to roll right. Pressure, and he is sacked by 3 Spartans.
Number 4 is the first one to reach him. Kyle
Cuso again, who batted down that pass before, and Austin Bindle there to take him down as well. A loss of 14 on that sack. So what started as a 1st and goal from the 4 is now a 4th and long from the 24. And it looks like they're going to keep the offense out there, Dennis.
Now, why not? This would be a 41-yard field goal attempt. And for Klastinski, he had a 48-yarder last year, so this is within his range. But
it's wet out tonight. I don't think they want to try it on the turf.
No, you want to be greedy. You want 7.
Oh, but maybe they will. They are going to call a timeout here. Recover 180.
Okay.
Timeout. Recharge, reset, recover. With recover 180, which I'm doing right now here in the booth. I've got the blood orange flavor with me.
That's my son's favorite.
Well, he's got good taste, Dennis. Recover 180 is the premium functional hydration solution for everyone who lives life on the go, on the field, in the gym, or at the office. Recover 180 is the drink that will keep you moving. This is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania. The first quarter continues on the other side on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
You're listening to Prep Mania on 100.5. And warranties. Honda certified technicians handle it all. And if you need new tires, buy 3 and get the 4th for just $1 when they mount and balance them for you. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
College football on ESPN Radio is back. The 3rd-ranked Clemson Tigers face the 5th-ranked Georgia Bulldogs. Run it. Coverage begins Saturday at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ABC. Presented by Dr. Pepper.
Lately, I've been thinking, I want you to be.
4th down play as a sling from Hartley to the end zone. Jackson Trudgeon caught that on the right sideline of the end zone. What a fling from Joe Hartley to Jackson Trudgeon on a 4th and 24. My goodness, takes us 13-0.
Trudgeon, 2 plays, 2 touchdowns.
Unbelievable. The Wisconsin walk-on commit for the 2022 season at defensive back.
He threw a single coverage there on the right side. Spain threw the double coverage on the left side. And good read there for Hartley. Found the open man, and a great catch in the corner.
And here's the extra point attempt up from Klastinski, and it is good. 14-0, Edgewood on top. 5:40 left in this first quarter. Well, that was about as good of a pass and catch as I've seen at the high school level this year, Dennis. Through pressure, Hartley got it up, shucked it to the end zone, and Trudgeon in a tough battle came down with it, fought it away from the defender right next to the sideline. Wasn't quite a tiptoe, but it was darn close. That was a nice play by the senior Jackson Trudgeon.
There's an athlete, baseball player, basketball player. He knows how to catch. And so now he's had a touchdown run and a touchdown reception here, both in the first quarter.
5:40 left in this first quarter, and Edgewood on top, 14-0.
And give credit to Hartley there for just a beautiful touch throw, too. And fourth touchdown pass of the year for him.
Yeah, and he showed the wealth, too, offensively. Campaign's caught one. No, Campaign's caught two now.
And Trudgeon has
Trudgeon's
two
got
catches
two.
for the year. Equal opportunity quarterback. There you go.
No doubt about it.
So that was the 9-play, 33-yard drive, 24 in the last one after those sacks.
My goodness.
And the fumble, and then time drive, 3:26. Halfway through the first quarter, 14-0 Edgewood.
Now Edgewood actually going to kick it, not squib it this time, and here's the return for Dyer Isagiri. And he's at midfield where he's taken down right around the 22-yard line. He tried to cut it back inside, looking for some extra space, but all he found was some extra Crusaders. So that's where the Spartans offense will take over, down 2 touchdowns.
And this is the worst field position for anybody tonight. We had 2 45s and one for Edgewood was on the 33 of McFarland.
Still not too shabby from the 23.
No,
here's the handoff, and it's Quell on the carry all the way up to the 32. They'll actually mark it at the 31. I don't get how they do that sometimes, Dennis. I'll just be honest with you. It's a good thing I don't wear the stripes. I prefer the headset.
Right.
Second down now. Here's the snap. And a handoff again to Quell, who cuts inside, and that's where Jackson Trudgeon, Mark Herring and company will bring him down.
The one thing that Jesse Norris wants from his defense is be aggressive. And in Coach Silvestri, the D coordinator, he is aggressive. They bring the kitchen sink at you, and they gang tackle you. Nobody, none of these one-arm tackle things. It's by committee.
Third down, 1 yard to go for the Spartans. Cooper Kennedy takes a handoff, rolling here to the near side, and he is going to run out of bounds for a big loss.
Like forced out of bounds there by Sam Pustinski, a strong safety.
Also the kicker.
Yeah, you like that.
Dual threat guy, linebacker and kicker.
So now we're back at the, looks like the 28, so a loss of 4 on that one. Another 3 and out.
4th and 6 here, and they do bring the punting unit on, but whistles blow now. And I'm unsure why. The lead official, a referee is walking off the field.
Oh, is he hurt?
I think he's limping a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like getting some assistance by one of the silent personnel for McFarland. Oh, yeah, getting him off his feet. Looking for the trainer.
Looks like a pulled hammy for one of our
High
officials.
school athlete's best friend, your certified athletic trainer. They take care of you, and you got to listen to them. And they're even there for the officials.
Love to see it. Now the referees will have to change up the formation now a little bit, because they are down to 3, at least for the time being. But we will resume play here at Rice Field.
Going to get their money's worth tonight.
Mason Full kind of punted away for the Spartans, and Trudgeon back to return for the Crusaders. That punt was almost blocked, but it's a good one. It'll be picked up at the 34. Here's Trudgeon past the 40, cutting right past the 45, and that's where he's brought down. Number 4, tackled by number 4. Kyle Cuso in there to bring down Trudgeon. Cuso has been all over the field for the Spartans here early in this one, with 4 minutes and 28 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Another great field position here. 45. That's the 45 twice and the 33 of McFarland. You got to like it when your defense can make some plays for you and keep that offense on a shorter field. First and 10 on the 45 with just about 4.5 minutes here, 4:28 to go in the first half, and Edgewood looking to score for the 3rd straight time.
Yeah, they have not come up empty yet here on their first 2 offensive possessions. Jackson Trudgeon, 1 rushing, 1 receiving touchdown so far, the star of this one.
And he just had the 11-yard return to set him up there in good position here to start this 3rd drive of the game for the Crusaders.
Here is the snap to Hartley. Oh, no, it's actually Mason Folkers in there now, and he's going to fling it to Mark Herring down the right sideline as he was scrambling to his right side. And Herring brings it all the way up to the Spartans' 37-yard line.
Daden Gillen on the tackle there for McFarland.
18-yard gain for the Crusaders.
We're waiting to see when Folkers would get his look in there. They go by series. They're not going to alternate plays. So after 2 series for Hartley, but it's Folkers' chance now to get a little PT.
And they were doing that last week, Dennis, mixing up their quarterback situation. As we mentioned in the pregame, Folkers a little bit better at moving on the feet, a little bit quicker. Hartley a little bit better through the air, but Folkers didn't look too shabby there, finding his tight end, Mark Herring.
Now, Folkers had a pretty good year last year throwing the football, too. So he threw for 900 yards and 10 touchdowns. But his forte is a very elusive quarterback with the run.
Folkers fakes a handoff to Fain and pitches it to Trudgeon, who trudges forward for a gain of about 3 yards.
Been waiting for that one.
Yeah, it's low-hanging fruit, Dennis. Got to grab it every once in a while. And you'll notice these referees are carrying around dry rags to dry the ball tonight. Obviously, looks like we're down to just a sprinkle here.
And we do have a first down.
Right, but the Crusaders offense is about 30 yards behind the ball. There was a flag on the play.
Yeah.
And it looks like we'll be moving back.
So we get a gain of 2 on the play. And then a 14-yard penalty.
Odd.
Yeah, he marked it from the 35. If there was a personal foul, it should have been marked from the, should be back on the 50, but Edgewood will take it.
Whatever. On the 49-yard line now of the Spartans. Here's the Crusaders on a replayed first down and a long. And more flags fly, Dennis. Dirty laundry all over the field here in the last couple plays. A false start called now on the Crusaders offense, so they'll move this even further back.
So the scoreboard had it right, 1st and 22. So that was the 3-yard gain, a 15-yard penalty for the personal foul, and now another 5 yards. Okay, well, we saw in the previous drive, Edgewood had a bad snap, a fumbled snap, and then a sack, and still got a touchdown out of it.
Yeah.
So
well, here is the very common 1st and 27 for the Crusaders offense of Edgewood. Snap to Folkers, hand it off to Cam Fain, who goes all the way to the right sideline, cutting, and is pushed out of bounds past the 50 up to the 46.
So it looks like gain of 8 there on that one.
Another nice gain by the senior, Cam Fain.
Beats the minus 13 and the minus 5 in the last 2 plays.
That's true.
We'll take it.
Second and 19 now with 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in this first quarter. From the 46-yard line of the Spartans. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers left, 1 right, but Folkers is just going to keep it himself. He goes right up the A-gap for a nice gain all the way up to the 41. Gain of 5 there, but that brings up still a 3rd and long. They're still behind the original marker.
Bindle with the tackle.
Crusaders offense was having some fun early. They're up 14-0 here now with 3 minutes remaining. Couple of mistakes pushed them all the way back to a 1st and 27. And a recover 180 timeout called for the Spartans. Reset, recharge, recover with recover 180. What do you think? What do you think they're talking about there over on the McFarland sideline, Dennis? Paul Ackley called a timeout there on a 3rd and 13.
Well, first of all, where is 2, 3, and 4? Perfect. What's the quarterback number 2 doing? what's the 3 Thane doing, and where's Trudgeon? You got to know where Trudgeon, number 4, and Thane, Cam Thane, number 3 are at all times on the field. They are just dangerous weapons. So, coming in, Trudgeon, he was a pretty good weapon last year, but he had to play quarterback with all the injuries. Now he's back out of the natural spot. He's a playmaker. Now you add Thane to it. Wow. And then you've got Herring, who's just an outstanding tight end. Good genes, right? That's for your dad's a college coach. Yeah, he's picked genes. Up a few things there. But I've really been impressed with him from the tight end spot. He's kind of that hidden weapon I think they have.
Yeah, big body, 6'1", 191, and he's only a junior. He'll be back next year.
Yeah, we talked about how many, this is a good senior class, but a lot of good juniors, too.
They've got a good squad. McFarland actually only has a few seniors on their team. I think it's less than 10. So they'll be returning a lot of their playmakers as well, including the quarterback, Cooper Kennedy. But it's all about Mason Folkers, the quarterback of Edgewood, who's flinging it way downfield to Cam Thane, and it is caught inside the 5-yard line. On 3rd and 13, Folkers let it fly, and Cam Thane went and found it. My goodness, this Edgewood offense is potent.
That was in between double coverage. Owen Stelz, defensive back, and also Blair Wood. And he threaded the needle there. Folkers, we talked about his ability to run. Well, hey, Joe can throw, but so can I.
Yeah, right.
Wow, what a 1-2 punch at quarterback, too.
All the way up to the 2-yard line, Dennis, was that one.
So that ended up being 39 yards. There you go. Another big play.
Folkers now still out of the gun. And he'll take it himself. Right side all the way into the end zone. Touchdown, Edgewood. As Mason Folkers trots one in from 2 yards out, and this game is 20-0 with 2 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in the first quarter. My, oh my. Well, both quarterbacks have been lethal. Mason Folkers in his first drive finds a way to get it done. He had a 3rd and 13 and lofted one up for a 39-yard gain to his star wideout, Cam Thane. And then he trotted it in on the very next play from 2 yards out to make this game 21-0 as the point after is good.
5 plays, 55 yards in 55 seconds. How do you like that? Three series, 3 touchdowns. They've had excellent field position, but then they put themselves behind the chains. But the Crusaders have, again, when you've got big playmakers, got to go to them. And tonight they've been perfect.
Yeah, early reaction, Dennis, of this Edgewood team. I know you got to see them a bit last week, but now you're seeing them live and in person for a full game. It hasn't even been a full quarter, and they've got 3 touchdowns on the board.
It's scary. And all along I thought, looking at what they had coming back in Monroe, that last week game, Middleton at Middleton High School, Monroe and Edgewood could be for the conference title. But the one team to watch in all this is Jefferson in this conference. They love to run the football. They take a lot of time off the clock. And it's one of those that you don't want to get behind in a game like that because they'll just milk everything. And they're a lot like Monroe is. So we've got those two styles there, and then contrast that with the spread and what Edgewood does. That could be no matter who's in that point for that title.
Yeah.
So those 2 games, Jefferson and now Edgewood coming up, and Monroe and Edgewood. So Edgewood fans, better get tickets for those 2 games. Definitely.
Here's the kick from Klestinski. Will take a bounce at the 22 before it's picked up by Dyer Isagiri. Isagiri turning the left sideline into his track all the way up past the 45-yard line before a flag flies. And I think that's going to be a horse collar on Edgewood.
And a 30-plus return there. Yes, he got around the left side, got that wedge going, and he's tough to bring down.
Isagiri showing off his speed. Now that's his 3rd kick return of the night, and all 3 have been pretty darn solid.
They've had good field position.
Dynamic returner is Brandon Dyer Isagiri, the junior. Plays wide receiver and D-end. Talk about a dynamic athlete. So the Spartans will take over at their own 47-yard line. These have been some very good starting positions, Dennis, throughout this game. 2:25 left.
And McFarland has started at the 45, at their 23, and now the 47. Got 2 3-and-outs so far.
On first down, Cooper Kennedy tried to evade some pressure, took it right. Made a couple nice moves, but I think he was stopped a yard or two behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about this Crusaders offense, but defense here so far is looking really good. 3 plays, and that's it.
Here's the 2nd and 12 now. Out of the gun. Snap to Kennedy. Pitch to Gillen. Gillen, oh boy, is wrapped up for a huge loss. Leo Koenig there to bring him down, and that will bring up a 3rd and long. Yeah, you mentioned it, Dennis. This Edgewood offense been super good. Wow, they're probably not up 21-0 without the help of their defense. 2 nice plays in a row there for the Crusaders team.
Kenny came in, and wow, it's just out of nowhere. He just appeared.
Offensively, they didn't get that play off the way they wanted to. Cooper Kennedy started to clap his hands at his center as Gillen was making his way toward him. Here's the snap to Kennedy. Kennedy dropping back to pass. Heavy pressure and just throws it away as Mark Herring was closing in on him. That brings up a 4th and long again. Another 3-and-out here for the Spartans offense, Dennis.
This is a disastrous first quarter here for McFarland. 3rd game, no points, and they've had 3 possessions, 9 plays, 3 3-and-outs. Defense is fresh. 3 plays. The offense isn't scoring in 1 play. They're eating up a little bit of clock, and the offense has got a lot of depth, and now we have another penalty.
We do, as the punt went in the air. It was a good punt, but the whistles flew. That'll be a false start on the punting team. Mason Folk, the punter, just waved his hands in the air and said, "What more can I do here?"
What else can go wrong, guys?
So that'll bring it back another 5 yards.
Yeah, back to these
38.
Oh, brought out 33 with that one.
No, excuse me. Yes, they were at the 38.
4th and 24 now. Got a lot of big 3rd and 4th down yardages to go.
No doubt about it.
Edgewood's made the plays.
Exactly. So I was just about to say, here's the punt attempt from Folk. It's high, it's deep, and Trudgeon will grab it starting at the 28-yard line. Trudgeon up the middle, breaks a tackle here, and a big tackle right at the 40-yard line is where Trudgeon is brought down. And the Edgewood offense already with 3 touchdowns in this first quarter, looking to make it 4 with 43 seconds to go.
I got to like the Crusaders' offense and defense tonight. Good 1-2 punch. A lot of game balls to pass out so far.
So far, right. So far, so good. Pretty much all around. All 22.
And another great start for Edgewood on the 40. This is actually, they started once, the 33 for McFarland. This is the 60 yards. This will be the longest drive if they have to go, if they end up scoring on this one.
Here's the first down snap to Hartlett. He guns it down the right side, but Cam Fain wasn't looking for it, so that'll fall incomplete. Fain was the only receiver on the right side of the field to Hartley. And Hartley gunned it as soon as he got the ball in his hands, but Cam Fain was still trying to make a move on his defender, so a bit of miscommunication there on first down. Brings up a 2nd and 10 from the 40.
So we got one more week before the perfect trifecta. High school Friday, Badgers Saturday, Packers Sunday.
Exactly. Next week is the first one that happens.
You geared up for that?
I'm ready to go, Dennis. I love me some football season as Abe Thompson gets the 2nd down carry, works his way right for a gain of about 4 yards.
And they can run. They can let it run out. 20 seconds to go. See, I think that's what they're going to do. Yep. let the first quarter end here.
They are indeed going to do that as the clock winds under 15 seconds. For over 50 years, Pizza Pit has been delivering fast, fresh, and hot pizza. Pizza Pit isn't just pizza, though. They serve breadsticks, pizza fries, wings, gyros, and Dennis's favorite, sandwiches. With 8 area locations, you can't go wrong. Now, Pizza Pit is even easier to order on the Pizza Pit app. Download wherever you get your applications. Pizza Pit. Doing everything, plus pizza. We'll have second quarter action from McFarland as Edgewood leads 21-0 next on Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania, 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Honda, buy local. Shop Zimbrick Honda. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Oil changes, brakes, alignments, and warranties. Honda's certified technicians handle it all. And if you need new tires, buy 3 and get the 4th for just $1 when they mount and balance them for you. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Prep Mania on Wisconsin On Demand is brought to you by Recover 180. Functional hydration with 3 times more electrolytes than leading sports drinks, half the calories, and 1/3 the sugar of competition. Reset, recharge, recover with Recover 180.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContest.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContest.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
The hunt for October continues Monday on ESPN Radio. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and the Blue Jays face Aaron Judge and the Yankees.
Aaron Judge keeps them on their feet.
Monday on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
When she's lonely and the longing gets too much, she said,
We welcome you back to Rice Field in McFarland as the Edgewood Crusaders take on the McFarland Spartans. Edgewood leads 21-0 as we begin the second quarter, and they were about to run a play while we were away, but the Edgewood offense on third down got the McFarland defense to jump, so that brings up a 1st down and 10 from the 50-yard line. Edgewood now working from our left to our right, McFarland from our right to our left. Joe Hartley, the quarterback, gets the snap out of the shotgun. Rolling left, has pressure coming his way, and he's hit and brought down behind the 40-yard line. A huge loss there for the Edgewood offense.
Yeah, looks like number 5.
Brandon Dyer Isagiri.
Yeah, he got there first, and then right after that was Chase Quell. Helped finish him up, wrapped him up on that one, but huge play. Loss of 10.
So a 2nd and 20 now after that 1st down sack. Maybe they'll think twice about throwing on 1st down now. Here's the snap to Hartley. Throw out of his backfield to Jackson Trudgeon, who's tripped up as he just passes the line of scrimmage, but he falls forward for a gain of 4 up to the 44. 3rd down and 16 to go now. 1st down marker on the opposite 40. They're lined up at their own 44.
Yeah, as well as Edgewood's playing 21 points on the board, there's some stuff they got to clean up. Penalties and some plays, just some chunk plays going the wrong way.
All right.
But when you can make all the good ones, sometimes that's a little fool's gold. You know, you make some big plays. So the coaches always have plenty to look at come film day on Monday. Trust me.
3rd and 16 now. Hartley out of the gun. Takes the snap. He's going to look the pass again. Andy Will over the middle. Oh, it's almost intercepted in and out of the hands of number 34. Yeah, Paul Morris.
So that's one of those plays I was talking to you about. You got a chance to make it. You got to get the interception.
No doubt about it, Dennis. That brings up 4th down. And that would have been a big turning point in this one as the Spartans trail 21-0 as we just begin the second quarter.
Now here's where Kostinski can put McFarland in trouble here with a good punt.
And it is a really good punt, Dennis. Dayton Gillen, he muffed it, was able to come up with it, but he's brought down right where he caught it by Mark Herring. And they are not going to have great field position here. Well, it could be worse.
It's not bad. I mean, you're thinking inside the red zone there, inside the 10. But that was more of a line drive punt. Did not get a lot of height on that one, though. So Edgewood didn't have a lot of time to get down there.
So they will start over. McFarland will from their own 25-yard line. Cooper Kennedy waiting on the play call from his sideline, and he's got it now. Lines up out of the gun. A receiver to each side. Here's the snap. Handed off. It's Quell. Quell working right side, but really nowhere to go as he stayed alive for longer than expected, but brought down hard.
West Coast 58, the defensive end, just hung in there, plugged the hole. Quell had nowhere to run then.
And unfortunately, he's down, but looks like he's going to get up under his own power here. And we'll hop off.
All that work for 1 yard. But, hey, it's positive.
It's better than less or a negative one, right?
Yep.
That's how math works. We're learning each week together, Dennis. He's the Dean Dennis Samurai. I'm Alex Strofe. This is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania on ESPN Madison. 2nd and 9 now for the Spartans offense. Here's the snap to Kennedy as a man goes in motion. Fake handoff, play action here for Kennedy. Heavy pressure. Mark Herring's on his back. He rode his back, piggyback style, all the way behind the 10-yard line. Big loss there for the Spartans offense, Dennis, all the way back to the 10-yard line. So it is third
and 25.
Oh, my goodness. 3rd and 25 here for the Spartans offense on their own 10-yard line.
Was a loss of 16.
And Herring made contact way earlier than 16 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Just kept driving him.
Yeah.
Kennedy kept pumping the leg. Sometimes it's best just to go down.
And that would have been one of those times. Here's the snap to Kennedy. Sends a man in motion. Fakes a handoff. Rolling right. He's got space. Fakes the pass and just runs out of bounds on 3rd down. So another 3 and out here, Dennis, for the McFarland offense. They've really struggled to get anything going offensively.
Yeah, 4. That's 4 possessions and 12 plays.
Wow. That's a testament to the Edgewood defense. They've been dominant on both sides of the ball tonight.
And now here's a big situation there to really flip the field, get the ball, start their Edgewood's next possession in McFarland territory.
Oh, it was a high snap, but he was punting out of his own end zone. Trudgeon standing at the 46 where he calls for a fair catch. And
That's an illegal
fly.
Yep. He called. It was clear signal for a fair catch. And
he did
not see it.
Is that frustration, or did he just not see it, you think?
I think his head was down as he's going, and I think he was so geared on focusing on the number 4.
Sure.
He didn't see the hand go up. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that one.
Paul Ackler's on the field, it looks like. And it's
46, so that was a 36-yard punt. Oh, no, take it back. What was that? 33-yard punt.
Move it all the way up to the 35-yard line of McFarland, Dennis. I mean, you cannot talk about better starting position almost every possession for Edgewood, it seems. Starting out with only 35 yards to go to the end zone. Already up 21-0. Mason Folker's back in at quarterback for the Crusaders. Cam Fain in the backfield and 3 receivers right, which is to our near side. Here's the snap to Folkers. He'll roll right on an option play. They're going to take it up the middle. And he's tackled forward for a gain of 7 or 8 yards there, Dennis. Mason Folkers showing his speed and smarts there. He was in an option play. Had the option to pitch it to Cam Fain. But Folkers saw a hole and took it for a gain of 7.
Yeah, Gunther Switzer had great penetration, but Folker got up, and then Switzer was chasing him. Was able to limit it from even a bigger player than the 8 yards.
2nd and 3 from the 29, but now whistle's blown. Don't have a great vantage point from the press box we're in, so I'm not sure if there was a penalty call or they're just going to reset. And there was a penalty call. They're going to move it back. Must have been a false start on the offense. Yeah, so that'll make it 2nd and 8 from the 38. Or 33, excuse me. Second and 8 here, Folkers out of the gun. Fain still in his backfield, 3 receivers right. He hands it to Fain, who takes it between the left tackle and the left guard. Stiff arm, flag flies, and he's all the way up to the 29-yard line, but we'll see what the dirty laundry means.
That was a good shoestring tackle there by Dayton Gillen. Although it's one step and Fain's gone to the end zone. But we had a holding penalty against the Edgewood offense.
Well, that'll slow him down. 2 penalties in a row there. Full start in holding.
So it said getting putting points up on the board, but and it gets the team that's a little bit more talented. It's putting points up on the board. These are mistakes that can come back to haunt Edgewood, but we're only in week 3. Hard to believe, 3rd of the season through already. And Edgewood's been at school for, 3 weeks? So everybody else just went back this week. 46, there we go. 15. Wow. Wipes out that play.
Yes, it does. All the way back to the 46. Still in McFarland territory, but it's a 2nd and 20 now for the Edgewood offense. 21-0 your score. Crusaders on top. 7:53 remaining in this first half. Folkers the quarterback for Edgewood. Abe Thompson, the running back. He's going to give a nice block on the right side to Folkers, who flings it over the middle. It's Cam Fain. He cuts back at the 35-yard line. It falls forward where he's tackled from behind up to the 33 on the near side. So let's set the ball on the near side hash mark here. Makes it a 3rd and 8 from the 39. Oh, they actually just moved the back a yard. You see that?
Yep, 35.
Back to the 35 now, so 3rd and 9. After they already set the ball on the field, they moved it back a yard. Folkers now out of the gun. 3 receivers to his left, and Abe Thompson out of his backfield. Fake handoff. Here's Folkers up the middle. Falls forward on a low tackle. I don't think it's going to be quite enough, but it's going to be close.
No, close enough that I'll go for it.
Looks about like a half yard, Dennis, I'd say.
Yeah. So 4th and 1 on the 27.
4th and inches from the 32-yard line. Here's a snap to Folkers. Folkers going to keep it himself. Up the middle, falling forward. He definitely got it past the 25-yard line.
34 Paul Morse there on the tackle, but he was already at the line of scrimmage when Morse brought him down and just fell forward.
6:13 remaining in this first half. 21-0 still your score, but we're halfway through the second quarter. And no points scored yet here in the second. But Edgewood getting closer. First down from the 25-yard line of the Spartans.
Yeah, Edgewood's coming into the game. Edgewood has scored 27 in the second quarter, 28 in the third. Coach Norris said, we need to get off to a faster start. Well, they did. 21 in the first quarter tonight.
Folkers just throwing it out over the middle, and it is. No signal yet. Edgewood saying touchdown. McFarland saying not caught. The referees are going to meet and discuss it. And I remind you, they're down a referee tonight. Oh, and a touchdown is called after the conference.
Matt Garcia, his first touchdown catch of the year. Wide open in the end zone. He got behind the coverage.
He made a nice adjustment on the ball there as it was flung in the air. Mason Folkers with a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown here tonight. Point after up, and it is good. A 25-yard hookup between Folkers and Garcia. Zimbrick Honda for nearly 50 years has provided the Madison area with quality Honda vehicles. The trusted staff, including our buddy Aaron Norvell of Zimbrick Honda's used car dealership, will save you time and reduce your car buying stress by finding the vehicle that matches your style. If you're looking for a new or used Honda, visit Zimbrick Honda in Madison today or at thezimbrickhonda.com to search current inventory. Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania here on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand. 28-0, the Edgewood Crusaders on top with 5:41 remaining here in the first half. He's Dennis Semrau, the Dean of Area High School Sports. I'm Alex Stroh.
So that's Garcia's first catch of the night and his first touchdown catch of the season. It was a 5-play, 35-yard drive, 3:04 time of the drive. And here we are midway through the second quarter, 28-0. Now that puts Edgewood one touchdown and a PAT away from a running clock, which would not start until the second half. So McFarland's worst fears of not being able to put points up on the board, but giving up 28 in the first half here tonight. That's tough. And the defense has made some nice plays for McFarland. You know, we had a lot of second and long, third and longs for Edgewood, but you have to sustain those plays. You can't have one good one and one bad one, and it's kind of alternated. So McFarland has been a frustrating night so far.
Frustrating indeed. 28-0 your score. Well, it's frustrating because I just dropped my phone on the floor. Here's the kick from Klestinski. It's going to go out of bounds at the 6-yard line, so the flags will fly. No, don't worry, Dennis. I got it.
You got it? All right.
Everything's back to normal here.
Well, better than that falling outside the press box down below.
Well, it's all right. I'd fall right on Jesse Nelson, who's just beneath us here running the camera on our Wisconsin On Demand video stream. Head over to WisconsinOnDemand.com. Click Watch Live. And you can see this game rather than just listen to it on 100.5 ESPN. We're giving you options. So that's what we do around here. You get stuck with the Dean and I either way, though. Yeah. Guess you can always mute the audio on the video. I wouldn't recommend it personally. It is an option, I guess.
The ball out of bounds here. McFarland starts 1st and 10 now on their 35. Another good starting position for
a lot of those tonight. And nobody's really started. I think there's been, one possession where they've started within the 25?
The 23 for McFarland.
Yeah. It's been all 4 outs here for McFarland. Let's see if they can break that trend. Cooper Kennedy solo out of the gun. Flips it there to a cutting Gillen. Gillen going to use the sideline, but he's pushed out of bounds after a gain of only about 1 yard at the 36.
Stretch that one out. Nice pitch play, but got to be able to cut it up, and there's nowhere, one of those nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
Five minutes, 33 seconds left in this first half, as Edgewood holds a very, very dominant lead, 28-0. They have outscored opponents this year, Dennis, 90-14 thus far. The Crusaders have.
Yeah, I like what they've done on offense and made some big plays on defense, too.
Nice carry there for the Spartans. Tyler Rowland on the carry. Excuse me, Travis Zadra on the carry, excuse me.
His first carry.
So up to the 40-yard line, 3rd and 5 now. After a short rush on 1st down out of bounds, and then a nice carry there by Zadra, his first carry of the game. From the 40, here's the snap. Cooper hands it off again. This time it's Quell. Quell's got room on the left sideline. Late flag thrown there, so he's taken down just past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, trudging with a shoestring tackle there.
It's actually going to be a holding call on McFarland.
And Edgewood should probably just let this one go.
Yeah, they should probably let it slide. Brings up a 4th and 4, maybe a 4th and 5, depending on the mark. And it seems like they're still discussing it as the flag still lays on the field.
Edgewood saying push him back. Confident in the defense. And field position situation here. You want a short punt, and you're in McFarland territory. So 30.
All the way back to the 30. It's a 3rd and 15 here, Dennis.
So a 10-yard holding penalty.
So it looks like Cooper Kennedy is going to exist solo in the shotgun. He's going to have one receiver on the near side. They're on the near side hashes. 3 to his right. That's where look. Kennedy, heavy pressure coming now. A blitz and a successful one as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. It was Carson Hughes who gunned in there and got the tackle.
Yeah, that was an outstanding play. Outside linebacker there on the left side came in and untouched.
So 4th and long brings out the punting unit again. Another 3 and out for the McFarland offense. They seem to just not be able to get anything going offensively here in this first half as we're about 4 minutes remaining. Fake punt though. Fork's going to take it himself up the middle, and he's brought down, and the ball's out. And Edgewood will take over at the McFarland 37-yard line.
Needed 16, got 8. Not going to cut it.
Well, if you get half, that's worth something, right?
Yeah, the ball goes over the other team. So first and 10 here.
Edgewood again with premier field position. Starting from the McFarland 37. They're already up 28-0. 3 minutes, 58 seconds to go in this first half. Hartley back into the mix for the Crusaders. He'll take the snap, dropping back, and he's going to fling it up the left sideline to Cam Thune. He leaped his left hand out near the goal line, but couldn't quite bring it in as he was able to make contact with the ball.
I like that call. Go for it all in that first play.
Nothing wrong with airing him out, unless he throw an interception, I guess. But Brett Favre did that a few times.
Brett Favre, yeah. I still love the gunslinger.
Me too, man. I ran around his garage as a child. I would tell you that story.
No.
That's one for another time. Here's the 2nd down and 10. Hartley fakes the handoff, passes it out wide to Trudgeon. A nice little screen out of the backfield. Trudgeon breaks a tackle. Up the right sideline, the 15, the 10, the 5. Reaches for the pylon. No more. Get out of bounds.
White got there. Wow.
Ball hit the pylon. Maybe his foot went out.
Nice screen pass to the right. First and goal on the 1.
Huge gain for Trudgeon.
36 yards on that one. First and goal now on the 1.
If not even closer. I think they're marking it right on the goal line, just about.
Pretty much. 5, 4, 3, 1. Yeah, just over the looks like the mark. But you have to put something up there, right? You can't put up 3/4 of it.
Pistol formation now for the Crusaders offense. On the goal line. Here's the snap to Hartley. Hand off to Abe Thompson, who powers his way in. It's 34-0. A 1-yard touchdown punch for Abe Thompson as the Crusaders continue their dominating offensive clinic. 34-0. With 3 minutes and 39 seconds to go in this first half.
100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin.
And that was a 3-play, 37-yard drive in 19 seconds.
Ouch. Here's the extra point attempt. It's up, and it is good. 35-0. 3 minutes and 39 seconds to go in the second quarter. We'll take a timeout. This is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania, 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
No.
Jesse, we lost our connection to the station. I'm trying to rehook. All right.
Edgewood on to kick it away to the Spartans of McFarland. As they hold a 35-0 lead, 3.5 minutes to go. In this first half, 35-0, wow. Kick from Glastinski is up and away, and here's the return starting from the 12-yard line. Nice return here as they'll turn past the 30, trips up past the 40, up the left sideline, the 40, 35, 30, 25. He's getting chased down and tackled at the 10-yard line of Edgewood. But a huge return there from Dayton Gillen.
It was Leo Koenig that tracked him down there.
Ironically, wearing number 14, similar to D.K. Metcalf when he chased down Buda Baker in the National Football League last year. That's kind of what that reminded me of.
That was a hell of a play. And so was that one right there. And we have a flag on the play.
Uh-oh. And it's way back at the opposite 30-yard line.
We have two flags, one at the end and one at the beginning.
And I just heard a fan yell, "Are you kidding me?" So I think this one might go back.
Flag penalties, re-kick.
Oh, man. A huge return for Dayton Gillen. Doesn't count. You got to imagine he's got to be tired after that one, Dennis.
The dreaded offsetting penalties.
So a re-kick here for Edgewood.
You wonder what it was at the end. I didn't think that was a horse collar or face mask. That looked like a good tackle, unless there was something right at the end that we didn't see. Oh, incredible return right in front of the McFarland bench. His teammates yelling at him, cheering, going, go, go, go. And then there's Leo Koenig, who had a sack earlier, a big play, making another play. The defense tonight, unsung when you look up at those points up there, but the defense has done a great job for Edgewood, giving them outstanding field position, making plays, and then so far we've had five 4-and-outs.
On demand.
So back at it. Here is the second kick as we redo this up. Sam Klastinski setting it up at the 40-yard line.
For yourself at two convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Oil changes, brakes, alignments, and warranties.
And here we go again. Kick is up from Klastinski. Squib kick again. They recovered one earlier. Here's the return. He fouled it, picks it back up, and brought down by a pair of Crusaders at the 40-yard line.
73. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
We welcome you back to Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania here on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand. I'm Alex Strope alongside the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Sumrow. The Edgewood Crusaders hold a 35-0 lead over the McFarland Spartans here at Rice Field in McFarland. McFarland starting from their own 38-yard line. It's been 3-and-outs all game, but here's a nice carry all the way up to the marker. They might get a first down on that one, Dennis, as Travis Zadra gets another shot at it. And they actually won't give it to him, just a couple of inches short. But a nice carry by Zadra there, his second of the game. 2nd and inches. Here's the snap, and they'll go back to the handoff. Sheds a tackle, good for a first down. Well, I believe they actually changed their mind on that. They moved the chains while the play was happening. All right. So that's actually a first down play, a gain of 1, and we'll bring up a 2nd down now. Excuse me. Can't really move the chains while the play's happening. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, they did it.
So learn something new every day, I guess.
So we end up with a gain of 3 on that one. And first down of the game. for McFarland here as we're approaching 2 minutes to go in the half.
And we do have the running clock going on as well, 35 point.
Not till the second half. It was a running play, so we're still.
Good call, Dennis. That's why we keep you around. You know what you're talking about? I just try to act like I do.
Third quarter will start. Taking a lot of time trying to get a play in here. Now they're looks like they're going to call timeout.
They may just have to.
Up there, yeah. There's some kind of communication error here. Coach trying to call the play in, and teams, you do see some teams, I think like Mount Horeb, signboards with codes, numbers, words, whatever. And if you can break the code on the other side, you know what's coming. But
a lot of standstill here.
Yeah, it's just there's some kind of confusion going on the sideline here, which you hate to see.
Two coaches on the field.
Yeah, last week they had McFarland had a big run get called back because they had a player not on the line of scrimmage who was in the opposite end. And in that case, you got to check with the official to make sure you're lined up properly. So I wonder if they had an issue with that again here.
Well, here's the second down play. It's a flip. Nice carry up the left sideline here before he's dragged out of bounds by Jackson Trudgeon. Gain of 8 there, Dennis.
Yeah, shuffle pass there to number 11, Devin Culp.
McFarland starting to move the ball a little bit better.
Yeah, pick up a 5 on that one. Yeah, under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. They like to get something up on the board here and, keep that running clock from going into play.
Loose snap on the ground. Cooper's just got to jump on top of it for a big loss. And Dennis, we've got the Edgewood fan section across the way from us. Are they having fun, or are they bored? They're waving their flashlights in the air and singing. Looks like a lot of them got their back to the game at this point, up 35.
Party time.
Party time in the Edgewood fan section across the way.
Long weekend. They've been in school for 3 weeks, and now we're going, hey, long weekend.
Yeah. We get the Monday off. Woohoo.
I'd like to see that school spirit. My daughter went to Middleton. My son went to Edgewood. And, tell you a quick story. He tore his knee up. He was playing basketball his sophomore year. He tore his knee up, patella tendon, ACL, MCL, whole works.
Yeah.
Jumping out of the bleachers at a girls' basketball game doing the jump around.
Really?
He gave one for the team, literally. Yeah. He's cheering. The fans, the students yelled, Sammy, jump, jump, jump. And the parents are on the other side going, no! I got a phone call from my wife, went to pick him up. I was working in my office at home. She goes, we're going to the hospital. Matt blew out his knee.
Oh, no.
Did he come to practice? No, at the girls' basketball game. He's got a good sense of humor about it, I think, now. But he gave his all for the team, and he ended up getting the first. They created a sportsmanship award at Edgewood High School, and he was the first male recipient of it when he graduated.
There you go.
So they appreciated his spirit, and I do too, as a proud dad.
There you go. Love that story. Good story, Dennis. A recover 180 timeout called down on the field. Reset, recharge, recover with recover 180, like I just did while Dennis was telling a story. A sip of the blood orange, recover 180. I've got here in the press box of Ricefield with me. I love these things. They're delicious.
Keep us well stocked in it. I don't know. Last time I was in, the fridge was empty. Hey, we need
Not
that.
anymore.
Oh, good.
We've been in a while,
Well, it's been about a week.
Recover 180 galore in that office.
Here we go. Replenish that fridge.
And reset, recharge, recover with recover 180. Timeout up on the field. A fourth down play here for the McFarland offense after that muff snap. Out of the gun, 4th and long. Here's the snap. It's a handoff and a pitch. We're looking for a trick play. Pass down the left sideline. Oh, and it's broken up almost real in there on 4th down. But that results in another turnover on downs.
Trudgeon got a hand on it there. That was by Evan Rakowski, wide receiver. Number 10, left-hander. Good play to call. But double coverage there. The receiver had maybe a step, but pass hung up just a little bit at the end. Well, it was a good play to call. Good play call here with just under a minute to go now in the first half. And you got to trust your defense. Well, you're down by 5 touchdowns. You got to go for it. Punt doesn't do you any good at this point. But so we've got a fake punt. We've got a fake.
We've had a squib kick recovered.
Then off of a 4th down play, halfback pass, a wide receiver pass. We're playing football bingo tonight. My card's starting to fill up.
Yeah, it is. You might even have a blackout by the time we're done here. It's not even halftime yet. Oh, and more whistles. Oh, and another recover 180 timeout as McFarland wants to take a better look at this Edgewood offense before they start their defensive set.
That'll be their last timeout now, the first half.
Reset, recharge, recover with recover 180. And we're going to let you recover with a 30-second break and 10 seconds for station identification. This is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Prep Mania on Wisconsin On Demand is brought to you by Recover 180. Functional hydration with 3 times more electrolytes than leading sports drinks, half the calories, and 1/3 the sugar of competition. Reset, recharge, recover with Recover 180.
Kick off football season at the Bridges. For just $75 a player, golf in a 2-person scramble on Sunday, September 18th. Call 608-244-1822 to sign up.
Pack Attack. All Packers, all the time.
I ain't gonna lie to you. This team is stacked.
ESPN Wisconsin's best Packers talk every day.
This is a stacked ball squad.
Subscribe to the Pack Attack podcast on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania 100.5 ESPN. First down play as Hartlib hands it off to Abe Thompson. He bounces outside to the right sideline, and he's pushed out of bounds after a gain of 8. A gain of 7.
And they'll still get time on the clock there. We'll see if they'll try to maybe get their Kosinski in for a field goal here at the end.
54 seconds to go at the break. We'll go back to the studio and hear from Molly Brown on all the scores around the areas. Abe Thompson gets another carry. Takes it all the way to the opposite sideline, far side, and is way past the first down marker before he's pushed out of bounds past the 30-yard line. Nice carry there by Abe Thompson, the junior running back for Edgewood.
Edgewood still with 2 timeouts remaining here in the first half. McFarland is out of timeouts.
We're up 35. You think they use them, or you think they're just trying to get this thing in?
Yeah, I think they use
A
them.
little 50-second drill. Here's a snap. Again to Abe Thompson. He takes it between the right guard and the right tackle and falls forward before he is tackled. 22-yard line is where they'll mark it. As the clock continues to run, now 30 seconds remaining in the first half. Now down to 20 as the Edgewood team still in their huddle. I think they're going to let time expire in the first. At least they're thinking about it as they really haven't huddled up. Now 10 seconds to go.
Yep.
And that's exactly what they're going to do. As time rolls out here in the first half, the Edgewood Crusaders on top of the McFarland Spartans 35-0.
And Edgewood gets the ball to open the second half.
Yeah, they do. That's a great point, Dennis. They had the squib kick after their first touchdown, but they have been absolutely dominant in this one. Want to tell you about our friends at Stoughton Trailers. Big trailers and big opportunities. In their 60th year, Stoughton Trailers has built a lot of trailers, and their customers want more. Join the winning team with immediate openings at new higher pay rates on both first and second shift. Broadhead, Evansville, and Stoughton locations are hiring assemblers, forklift drivers, welders, and more. Go to STOjobs.com. That's STOjobs.com. Stoughton Trailers, big trailers, and bigger opportunities. He's the Dean Dennis Summer. I'm Alex Stroke. This is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania. We're going to take a break, and on the other side, downtown Molly Brown will update you on all the scores in the area as Week 3 of the high school football season rolls on. You're listening to Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
With baseball season coming to a close, look towards next year. GRB Academy wants to be part of your plan to reach your potential. Utilize GRB Academy's 52,000 square foot facility, 14 batting cages, and 6,000 square foot weight room. Personal lessons are available year-round with over 300 college players and over 150 D1 players. GRB led the way in the Midwest for college recruitment and player development. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
Hey, Peyton, you want to play catch in the backyard with me? Sure, but only if you ask Mom and Dad if we can get Pizza Pit pizza for dinner tonight.
Hi, Steve Meyer here. Hit it out of the park this season with Pizza Pit. For over 50 years, Pizza Pit has been delivering fresh, fast, and hot pizza. Pizza Pit also serves breadsticks, wings, pizza fries, and gyros. With 8 area locations, you can't go wrong. Now even easier to order on the Pizza Pit app. Visit us today in Greenwood.
And don't forget the cookies or the ice cream.
Weekdays at 3, it's the Jump Around with Jim Rutledge.
Every booth you've ever sat in a restaurant, an employee has had shenanigans in it.
Oh, no.
I'd never expect this side of Jim Rutledge ever to come out nor to be available to the media. It is amazing in every way. I mean, it makes you want to sit back at a bar with you and just drink beers after beers and listen to all the crazy war stories you have if there's anything like that.
The Jump Around with Jim Rutledge. Weekdays at 3 on 100.5 ESPN.
Sarah Tauscher here for the Prairie Athletic Club. Our family loves the Pack because there's something to enjoy for every age, interest, and skill level. As Wisconsin's largest recreational fitness club, the Pack offers fitness and recreation for everyone. Fitness classes, yoga studios, indoor racquetball courts, and so much more. The Pack has you covered. During the summer, you can also have access to the award-winning Dolphins Cove Water Park, one of our family's favorites. Visit prairieathletic.com for more information and programming schedule. That's prairieathletic.com. Join the Pack today.
With equipment breakdown coverage from American Family Insurance, you can protect all the things that keep your dream home running from sudden mechanical or electrical issues, because this sound shouldn't mean. Contact your local agent or visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Reflect a policy for equipment breakdown covered losses, deductible limitations, and exclusions. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin. Products not available in every state.
There's a lot to be said for a successful defense. This is Paul Chris for J&K Security Solutions. Kim and Jeff have given me peace of mind by providing my family with a state-of-the-art home security system. Now that's a strong defense, but there's more, a lot more. With one touch, we can dim the lights, turn up the heat, lock the doors, and arm the security system. Integrate your world with the help of J&K Security Solutions. Nowadays, you need a lot more than a simple lock and key. jksecurity.com.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
On Wisconsin.
Any team that comes into Cameron, it's going to be a 4-quarter game. You got to come with your A game.
Your home for the best Badgers coverage is 100.5 ESPN.
Welcome back into the Park Bank ESPN Madison studios downtown on the Capitol Square. This is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania. Our game's up between Edgewood Crusaders and McFarland. Edgewood is up 35-0 at the half. Kind of a blowout over there, huh? Mason Folkers had a touchdown that put Edgewood up 21-0 in the first quarters. He has one rushing and one passing touchdown tonight. Matt Garcia scored his first touchdown of the year to put the Lancers up 28-0. And keep in mind that there is a running clock in high school football when a team is up by 35 points, and that will begin in the second half. A couple other games that may have some running clocks in them. Middleton is up 49-0 over Beloit Memorial at the half. Sun Prairie is up 42-0 in the second quarter. Let's see. Baraboo is up 20-14 over Monona Grove at the half. And Lodi is up 35-0 over Horicon Hustisford at the half as well. Some other games in the area. We're still looking for a score between Madison East and Madison West. That is one of our spotlight games of the week. So if you have a score update on that one, please give us a call at 844-770-3776. Also in the Big 8, Madison Memorial's up 12-2 over Verona in the first, or that's got to be at half. And in the Badger Large, Beaver Dam is up 7-0 at the half over Milton. Janesville, Craig, and Watertown are tied at 14 heading into the third. The Wanakee Warriors are up 43-0 over Janesville Parker at the half. And then in the Badgers Small, Portage is up 14-8 at the half. Reedsburg and Fort Atkinson are tied in the second quarter. And Mount Hora Barneveld is up 19-0 at the half over Sauk Prairie. And then in the Rock Valley concert, excuse me, I don't know why I said that. In the Rock Valley Conference, Monroe is up 36-0 at the half. And then again, our game is the Edgewood Lancers are up 35-0 over the McFarland Spartans at the half as well. And then in the Capital Conference, we are still looking for a score between Columbus and Lake Mills. That is another one of our spotlight games of the week. So if you have a score update for that one, please give us a call at 844-770-3776.
And I think that it's really interesting coming in this year, what was going to happen, because it's been a full year since a lot of these teams played. I know there was the Spring League and the Spring Championships. But, teams that made the postseason in 2020 came on, and they've been battling it out. Edgewood came out and has been dominant all year, and I think that's a really interesting turn of events. It was hard to be able to predict what was going to happen. A lot of turnover of upperclassmen, but teams like Edgewood and Wanakee, who both of which are just on a absolute wrecking ball path. Wanakee won last week 34-24 against Middleton, and Middleton currently has our biggest score at half. They're winning 49-0. So there's been a lot of change in all of the power rankings. But as we look forward and look as this season continues, there are a few teams that are just coming out super strong.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting to see how the score differences seem to be a lot greater in these conference games than they were in the non-conference games.
Well, you know what's going on with your conference opponents, and a little bit better, I feel like, which is going to either make for a much closer game or a much more lopsided game. It also doesn't help that this is going to be a really tough game to play in, as it's a little windy out there, it's rainy, it's wet, it's a little miserable. And we're seeing a lot of home teams really standing their ground, except for Wanakee's taking it to Janesville Parker. Oh, wait, I stand corrected. Wanakee is the home team. So it's a very, hard time to play, and people are definitely learning what they need to do to get the job done.
Absolutely. Again, our score is 35-0. The Edgewood Lancers are up over the McFarland Spartans. Again, if you have any score updates from around the area, please give us a call at 844-770-3776. We will head back to McFarland High School in just a bit. This is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania on 100.5 ESPN.
If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Honda, buy local. Shop Zimbrick Honda. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at two convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Oil changes, brakes, alignments, and warranties. Honda's certified technicians handle it all. And if you need new tires, buy 3 and get the 4th for just $1 when they mount and balance them for you. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
With baseball season coming to a close, look towards next year. GRB Academy wants to be part of your plan to reach your potential. Utilize GRB Academy's 52,000 square foot facility, 14 batting cages, and 6,000 square foot weight room. Personal lessons are available year-round with over 300 college players and over 150 D1 players. GRB led the way in the Midwest for college recruitment and player development. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
The way you get through hard times is to hold strong to your values. At Group Health Cooperative, our common values have sustained us for over 4 decades. Now it's no different. We are here, in our clinics, but we want you to be safer at home. That's why GHC has more ways for you to get care anywhere, anytime, day or night. Be seen, be safe, be home. Go to ghcscw.com to learn about your virtual care options. We will get through this together, and we will all get better together.
There's a lot to be said for a successful defense. This is Paul Chris for J&K Security Solutions. Kim and Jeff have given me peace of mind by providing my family with a state-of-the-art home security system. Now that's a strong defense, but there's more, a lot more. With one touch, we can dim the lights, turn up the heat, lock the doors, and arm the security system. Integrate your world with the help of J&K Security Solutions. Nowadays, you need a lot more than a simple lock and key. jksecurity.com.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
With equipment breakdown coverage from American Family Insurance, you can protect all the things that keep your dream home running from sudden mechanical or electrical issues, because this sound shouldn't mean. Contact your local agent or visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Refer to policy for equipment breakdown covered losses, deductible limitations, and exclusions. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Park in Madison, Wisconsin. Products not available in every state.
Varsity, the best of the Badgers on Wisconsin On Demand.
Since '93, I've never taken the field against anyone, not thinking we had a legitimate chance to win.
Subscribe to the Varsity Podcast, brought to you by Metro Ford on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
We welcome you back to Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand. He's the Dean, Dennis Semra. I'm Alex Strofe, live from McFarland High School as the Edgewood Crusaders on top of the McFarland Spartans, 35-0. And while the offense has been good, Dennis, the Edgewood defense been even better.
Incredible. It's more like it. In the first half, McFarland had the ball 7 series, 5 punts, and turned it over on downs twice. 19 offensive plays, a total of 4 yards. And there were 4 3-and-outs and a 4-and-out.
My goodness.
So that's as good as it gets. And what's even better about it is you look at Edgewood's offenses at 5 scoring drives. The longest has been 55 yards.
Unbelievable.
And they had a 9-play 33-yarder. Again, they've had McFarland defense has made some outstanding plays and forced some second and 24s and third and 19s. But Edgewood, then they have the game breakers, the playmakers, and they're just between Folkers and Hartley, the quarterback, they're making the right calls, the right reads. And then you got Fain, you got Herring, and Jackson Trudgeon. We saw him break up on that long option pass, break up a long touchdown on the defensive end of it. So, I mean, all phases are good, but like any coach will find on Monday at film, all these guys that are riding high are going to be bring them down a couple of pegs, because Edgewood has made a number of mistakes on special teams. There have been penalties. And when you can win a game and learn from your mistakes, that's the best situation, and that's where they are right now. For McFarland, it's a tough way to start out the Rock Valley season with a team that's only going to be in it 1 year, and they're kind of eating your lunch right now.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Edgewood returning a lot of their guys this year, and they were one of the only Madison area schools to play a season last year. So
the only ones in Dane County that played last year were Marshall and they played their games outside. And then you had at Edgewood they were road warriors all year long. I had 5 seniors on the team last year, so with 9 starters coming back on both sides of the ball, we knew Edgewood was going to be a good team.
Right.
But how good? Well, we'll see when they get up against Jefferson and Monroe. Evansville and Edgerton are always 2 very good teams in this league. So I just think it's a really good fit for Edgewood. I know they're going to the Capitol next year, but I wish they could continue this, not just for this sport, but talk to the basketball coach at McFarland. They'd love to have Edgewood in the same league with them and some other sports too.
Edgewood outscoring their opponents through 2.5 games, 83-14. We'll see what they can do in the second half. UW Credit Union's online and mobile banking goes above and beyond with top-rated service and security that exceeds industry standards. Explore innovative and intuitive ways to manage your money anytime and anywhere. UW Credit Union's in-house team of engineers and developers create digital banking solutions designed for you. Learn more at uwcu.org. The second half is next. This is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania, 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
You're listening to Prep Mania on 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Prep Mania on Wisconsin On Demand is brought to you by Recover 180. Functional hydration with 3 times more electrolytes than leading sports drinks, half the calories, and 1/3 the sugar of competition. Reset, recharge, recover with Recover 180.
Dr. Schwab is a board-certified general surgeon who can help with many simple and outpatient procedures to alleviate varicose and spider veins. Visit StoughtonHealth.com to learn more. StoughtonHealth.com. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Varsity, the best of the Badgers on Wisconsin On Demand.
Does Jim Leonard have anything? I was thinking like the turnover teddy bear.
We're good, thanks.
Subscribe to the Varsity Podcast, brought to you by Metro Ford on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania, 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand, live from McFarland High School as the Spartans play host to the Edgewood Crusaders. But the road team is what it's been all about. 35-0, Edgewood on top as we begin the second half of play. And as we begin the second half, Dennis, the rain begins to fall once again. It rained during pregame, stopped a little bit during the first half, but now it's coming down heavy. So big thanks to our videographer tonight, Jesse Nelson, as you can watch this game live on WisconsinOnDemand.com. Just click that Watch Live button at the top of the page, and you can watch along with us as well as listen along with us. He's the Dean Dennis Semrau. I'm Alex Stroh, and we're ready to go for half number 2. 35-0 your score, and Edgewood not only has the lead, but they also will receive the second half kickoff. Mason Folk on to kick it away for the Spartans. And 3 guys back for the Crusaders. It's just a matter of where it lands on the field. Cam Fain and Jackson Trudgeon are 2 of them. Yeah. And it'll go to Cam Fain. He'll receive it at the 4-yard line. Brings it up. Goes right. Makes a juke. Going to use the right sideline past the 30, past the 35, past the 40. Beats the kicker and goes out of bounds at their own 48-yard line. Dennis, they have started every single possession besides one past the 35-yard line, I believe.
Yeah, Peyton Hoggy had to chase him out of bounds there. But Fain, again, a great field position. Mentioned the longest touchdown drive, 55 yards in the first half. And anytime you got a short field, you don't have to worry about a mistake, inside your 20. It's going to be a good night. And so far, it's been a great night for Edgewood.
No doubt about that. And luckily it's turf, so the field won't get too muddy or anything, but the turf's certainly going to get a bit wet. Looks like there's a flag on the play. unless that referee is just hanging on to his flag.
And while the flag is out there, the clock is running. We're already down to 11 minutes here in the second half, and we haven't run a play yet.
1973.
That's the worst part
Shop
about
Zimbrick Honda.
the running clock.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all
Oh, they're
current
moving
and
it back.
potential teammates. If you are an organization that wants to learn more about careers with Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
This is where the time of the drives become moot
Right.
points.
No doubt about it.
As we're down to 10:30 on the clock.
Here's the snap. On first down to Hartlieb. Hartlieb going to look right. He airs it out. Cam Fain's got it. He cuts back. What a juke move on the right sideline. And it'll be just short of the marker, but man, is he quick on his feet.
Yeah, Edgewood starters still in there. They're not a very deep team, though, so these starters will probably play through the third quarter, and then they'll get reserves, a little bit more playing time here in the fourth quarter. But here you got a lot of things they can work on here now. Taking care of the football, running clock, just playing smart football here in the third quarter.
Shotgun formation once again. Two backs with them, two receivers right, one left. Handoff goes. Actually a pitch now to the lead back, Abe Thompson. And Abe is able to get forward, it looks, past the first down marker, and that'll move the chains, or they'll mark it real close. Right there. Oh, they're going to move the chains. They wave them through. Nicely done.
They're juking us.
Yeah. Trying to figure it out. Dennis, I'm giving you a designation here. You keep a good eye on that clock as it continues to wind. Look at that. A nice little wave breaking out amongst the Edgewood student section. They've got to be happy. You're up 35 points with the ball to start the second half.
Well, they could have gone home here at halftime with the rain. I'm glad they're still here.
That's true. We do like that. First down now from the 41-yard line, their own 41-yard line. Hartlieb once again looking to pass, rolling left. Pressure's coming. He's got to get rid of it. And he won't. He's just going to throw it out of bounds. Threw it right at head coach Paul Ackley, it looked like there, Dennis. He's not an eligible receiver.
Zach Stork, the defensive lineman, he looked like he was looking for dinner. He had him in his sights, and that was a good thing he tossed that out of bounds. Otherwise, he would have been smashed to the turf.
Looks like Joe Hartlieb a little shaken up on that play. He's walking back to the huddle, but he was slow to get up.
Yeah, he was out last year, was injured, and they lost three quarterbacks in their second game of the year against Baraboo. And Hartlieb, a three-sport athlete. It's good to see him back on the field here for the Crusaders this fall.
And he's actually going to come off the field now
Yep.
as the referee blows the whistle. So Mason Folkers will come on for the Crusaders. Under 9 minutes to go in this third quarter as that rolling clock continues to run.
And Edgewood had the only team, I think, in the state to return 4 quarterbacks with varsity experience.
Wow.
Because you also have Ben Hansen, a junior, who got hurt in that Baraboo game as well. And then Trudgeon, who ended up quarterbacking the team.
Yeah,
for the
I
end
mean,
of the year.
we've talked about it a little bit, Dennis, but they've returned. I mean, most of their key players. The Crusaders have, and that's what has made them such a force here in the early going of the season. Handoff goes there to Jackson Trudgeon. He falls forward for a gain of 2 yards. That brings up a 3rd and 8 from the 45-yard line.
And we're down to 7.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Nicely done, Dennis. Thanks for keeping an eye on that. I've got a bad vantage point in this press box. 3rd down and 7 to go. 35-0 Edgewood on top.
And let's see, where is Fain? Can you find Fain on the field? Oh,
Far
off the
side,
right,
that's where the
there it
ball
is.
went in and out of his
that's close.
hands. They looked for him on the right side on a curl. It was about a 15-yard bullet, but it went in and out of the hands. And I imagine, with the rain coming down the way it is, probably not very easy to catch a fast-flying football.
That was a fastball.
It really was.
High and outside.
Folkers a baseball player?
I'm not sure. That's a good question.
I just
that's the one
stumped the
I'm not-
dean.
That one I'm not sure on.
Look at me.
I know.
Coming with the hard-hitting questions.
I believe he's played baseball, but I don't know if he did this past spring.
Punt from Klestinski is up. It's going to bounce and picked up by Dyer Isagiri. Isagiri's tied up at the 19-yard line. Nice punt there by Sam Klestinski.
And a very nice tackle there by Matt Garcia. Caught a touchdown pass in the first half.
Garcia and Klostinski, both juniors, Dennis.
Yeah.
As many of their key players that are seniors, they've got a great group of juniors through the Crusaders.
But the Fane, their transfer from Texas, is a senior, and there's a lot of people in this conference that are going to be happy he's a senior. Once is enough seeing him through the circuit this year, I'm sure.
Back to work now for Cooper Kennedy. It's a quick handoff there on first down, and flag again flies. A little extracurriculars happening after the play.
5:47 on the clock when we started this drive, so one drive for Edgewood. Now we'll see if McFarland can get one in here before the quarter ends.
They're having a quick discussion on exactly what the penalty is. Now talking to
a couple things here about Edgewood. We talked about made them a strong team this year. For the first time this summer, they did a team camp at St. Norbert's.
Yeah,
and
De Pere.
North said it was just an outstanding success to get the guys together. And Charlie Clark, who's their 6'7", 350-pound tackle from last year, he's down at Vanderbilt. And look for good things out of Charlie. His dad is the longtime crew coach at BW. We always tease Charlie about, can you get in a boat? And he goes, not unless I lose about 70 pounds. But Charlie's in college playing football now.
That's awesome. Here is a long throw on first and long up the right sideline with well overthrew intended for Dayton Gillen.
Can I start quacking now? That was a duck, baby. That was up there. The D-back luckily wasn't that close to it because it kind of hung up there before it sailed out of bounds.
While it was overthrown, Cooper Kennedy, the junior quarterback, showing he has a very solid arm. I mean, that was about a 40-yard throw.
It's a tough night for a quarterback. The ball's constantly wet.
Soaked, yeah. Rain coming down pretty good right now here in McFarland. The lights make it look cool, though, Dennis. It looks like a winter snowfall when you look at the lights here on the football field. Anyway, Cooper Kennedy out of the gun. Second down.
You're not hoping for winter already.
No. We're barely. It's still summer in my eyes. Oh boy, a pitch there. It was a fumble by Isagari, but it was recovered by Isagari.
That'll come down as a team loss there, and we're back. Well, we. We started out on the 19. Now we're all the way back. 3rd and 23 on the 6.
Third and 23 from their own 6-yard line. Dennis, I want you to throw that stat at me again. In the first half, what was the total yardage for the McFarland offense?
19 plays, 4 yards. So they are now at a +1 for the game. So
they have 1 yard.
Yeah, with the 3 they lost on the bad snap.
1 offensive yard for the McFarland offense.
So Edgewood's got to be one of the best defensive teams in the state so far. They were
pretty good statistically.
3rd in tackles for loss coming in and 1st in sacks.
They're looking for their 2nd straight shutout as well. A 20-0 win over Lake Mills last week. Now up 35-0 in McFarland. Here's the 3rd and 23. Kennedy out of the gun. Kennedy looking, scrambling, letting it fly. He's got a man. It's Isagari up the left sideline. How about you add 22 more to that one, Dennis? There's a big gain of 22. It's not going to be good enough for a first down, but I think he's only a yard away. Yeah, it'll be 4th and 1 now, and they've got to go for it down 5 scores.
And we're down to 2:45 here in the 3rd quarter.
Time's flying with the running clock. 2 minutes and 40 seconds now left in the 3rd quarter. Kennedy's out of the gun here on 4th and 1. 7 offensive linemen in there for McFarland. Here's the handoff. Breaks a tackle. It's Zadra. Now flag flies though, Dennis. Is that going to be a holding call? Is what I'm wondering.
Oh no, it's in the backfield.
And it is a holding call. Replay 4th down. Man, oh man, can't catch a break, can the Spartans?
Yeah, McFarland had 1 first down there on their last drive of the first half. Zadra had a 10-yard run. That was the one we weren't sure if it was 9 or 10, and
Right.
they finally moved it. That's the only first down they've been able to get today.
Well, they're going to look to do that here because they're actually going to punt it here. Now, there was a lot of movement there. I was going to say that doesn't look like that's going to last. The punter caught the ball, but nothing after that as the whistles blow and the flags fly. And it'll move even further back, Dennis.
Yeah, this is going to
Well,
be
what's this referee doing? He's backpedaling. He walked forward 5 yards and then walked back 5 yards. I don't know what just happened, but it's still 4th and 11.
Declined the penalty, but they didn't get a playoff.
Here's the snap. Punt is up. It's a good one. It's past midfield. Trudgeon receives it at the 39-yard line. Return past the 50 already, and that's where he's tripped up. A shoelace tackle. And look what's on the field again, Dennis.
And another flag. Yes, and the running clock when you hit 35 points, you're worried about injuries, but it's really tough for the reserves that, practice and hope to get some playing time in. And when you get them in, then the clock just zips right by them. We're already down to 30 seconds and counting here in the third quarter.
Yeah, and the Edgewood doesn't even have any players on the field right now. Reset, recharge, recover with Recover 180. Recover 180 is the premium functional hydration solution for everybody who lives life on the go. On the field, in the gym, or at the office, Recover 180 is the drink that will keep you feeling your absolute best. With only 60 calories and 3 times more electrolytes than any other leading sports drink, Recover 180 improves energy, reduces stress, and offers rapid relief and recovery from dehydration. Before, during, or after a workout, Recover 180 will take your recovery to a whole new level. Reset, recharge, recover with Recover 180. That's the end of the third quarter. Fourth quarter's next. This is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania 100.5 ESPN.
If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Honda, buy local. Shop Zimbrick Honda. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Oil changes, brakes, alignments, and warranties. Honda certified technicians handle it all. And if you need new tires, buy 3 and get the 4th for just $1 when they mount and balance them for you. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Prep Mania on Wisconsin On Demand is brought to you by Recover 180. Functional hydration with 3 times more electrolytes than leading sports drinks, half the calories, and 1/3 the sugar of competition. Reset, recharge, recover with Recover 180.
Jesse Nelson here. Listen to We'll Be in Town, weekdays 9 to noon on 100.5 ESPN, brought to you by American Family Insurance. We all have worries, but American Family Insurance is here to help you move forward in spite of them. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Metro Kia's Thursday Night Drive.
If we want to talk about winning the Big Ten, the only way we're getting there is with those receivers.
Subscribe to the Thursday Night Drive podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Brought to you by Ruth's Chris Steakhouse.
We welcome you back to Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania as the Edgewood Crusaders take over on offense. A big first down carry. A gain of, looks like about 15 there for Mateo Jimenez, the junior running back. All the reserves in the game now for the Crusaders offense. Ben Hansen, now the quarterback.
Yeah, on the punt at the end of the quarter, by the way, that was 10 plays in 12 minutes. This is what we got with the running clock. It was a holding penalty, so Edgewood started out 1st and 10 on the 34-yard line, or 35-yard line, so 15 yards here on the first play.
First down from the 50-yard line. Snap to Hansen. Hansen on an option. Pitches it back to Jimenez. Jimenez gets a block, makes a cut inside, and fights forward for a gain of 3 yards up to the 47-yard line of the Spartans. Crusaders continue to roll with this offensive clinic, up 35-0. No points scored in the second half, but the clock's been winding.
Jimenez had 3 carries, 14 yards coming into the game. He's also going to be one of the key basketball players this year. His older brother graduated last year, but he should be in the mix for a lot of playing time on the hard court this winter.
As much as I don't want it to be winter, I do miss basketball season, I'll tell you that much. And I love me some football season here in week 3 of the high school football season. Seen a lot of good games already this year, Dennis.
Yeah, I love them all. But football is just something about the whole week atmosphere.
Friday Night Lights, the student sections. There's nothing really like it there. As Hansen flings one over the middle, it's caught by Jacob Sheehan for another first down. Nice gain there. Ben Hansen finding his rhythm here in his first drive at quarterback. 40-yard line, as we'll mark that.
So pick up a 7 and another first down.
You got it.
And we're at 9:50 to go here in the game.
Clock continues to wind. Snap to Hansen. Out of the gun. He takes it. Handoff. No, he'll fake the handoff, keep it himself. Rolling right, tripping, and taken down at the 37-yard line.
No, it's tough. A little shoestring tackle there. Stumbled and fell forward, though.
Hey, as we always say, Dennis,
yeah.
You like when they fall forward.
That was my wife's observation. First married, and I'd be watching football. She goes, "You got to teach them to fall forward." She always noticed that.
Smart lady.
Yeah, very good. The bigger you are, the more yards you can get if you fall forward, too.
Mrs. Semrau knows what she's talking about, Dennis. He married a smart lady. Here's the snap to Hansen. Hand off to Jimenez. He'll use the right sideline up to past the 35-yard line where he's pushed out of bounds and a late flag flies.
Oh. And while we're dealing with
holding,
penalty, the clock continues to move.
And a holding penalty on Edgewood. That gives me an opportunity to tell you about Pizza Pit. For over 50 years, Pizza Pit has been delivering fast, fresh, and hot pizza. Pizza Pit isn't just pizza, though. They serve breadsticks, pizza fries, wings, gyros,
and meatball sandwiches.
Meatball sandwiches, Dennis's favorite. With 8 area locations, you cannot go wrong. Pizza Pit now even easier to order on the Pizza Pit app, which you can download today wherever you get your apps. Pizza Pit. Don't forget the cookies or the ice cream.
Yeah, when Edgewood moves out of the conference next year, Delavan Darien will come in. And Coach Ackley from McFarland said, yeah, we're trading about a 20-minute travel time for about an hour travel time. So even though they're taking their lumps tonight, though, this would be a great matchup down the road. I wish they were in the same conference.
Ooh, Hansen rolled out of the pocket there for the second down throw. He's trying to hook up with Sheehan down the left sideline, but in and out of the hands as it looks like the rain has slowed down. We'll check in with our meteorologist on site, Jesse Nelson. Jesse, it's still raining down there? He gives me the thumbs up. Yes, it is. Sorry, buddy. Hang in there. Thanks for all you're doing.
It was a thumb that he gave you?
It was a thumb. That was the finger of choice, yes.
Okay.
Surprisingly so.
That's good. We haven't aggravated him too much tonight.
We haven't.
The weather has.
I think Mother Nature has a little bit, though. 3rd and long here for the Edgewood offense, working from the 48-yard line of McFarland. Snap to Hansen. Hansen going to drop back to pass. Rolling left, evading pressure. Misses a guy there. Flings it over the middle. Got a man. Past the first down. 30 up to the 25. Almost up to the 20-yard line is Isaac Thielen.
Thielen there with a nice catch and run.
And that gives
Hansen
them
showing a little bit of escapability there.
Yeah, he really eluded defenders there. Nice play.
Going to his left, throwing with the right hand.
Yeah, junior quarterback, 6'2".
27 yards on that play, too. Big play. Saw him last year. He came in the second quarter at Baraboo and went down with, well, we had dislocated shoulders. We had broken bones. It was like whatever your injury of choice was that night. He was one of the guys to go down, unfortunately.
That's too bad.
So it's good to see him back playing.
Definitely. Here he is, nearing the red zone. Wow, high snap, popped it in the air, caught it himself, got it away for a complete pass that's going to go up the sideline. Cut made balls out in the Edgewood end zone. They hopped on top of that, but they're waving it off.
That was complete to Weston Hafers, number 7.
And I believe it was Mark Herring that jumped on top of it. Or was it Sam Klasinski?
Did they call it an incompletion?
They must have.
Yep, looks like they're bringing it back.
That was an insane play if that would have counted.
Or they're calling a penalty from,
Another one, huh?
looks like from the 25. Well, so they marked it from the 15. So it looks like we get a completion of 6 yards on that one. And then, must have been a hole there.
Is it
Downfield
first and
hold.
13 right now, Dennis?
Yes, now it's first and.
As I said earlier, with a first and 27, the very common first and 13. Here's the snap to Hansen. Hansen loses the snap. It's on the ground. He just hops on top of it at the 33-yard line. It's slippery out there.
And we're down to 4:55 here remaining in the game.
Time is a ticking.
And if Edgewood plays their cards right, grinds this one out, McFarland might not get the ball back. They'll have the ball for, what is it, a 3 and out. And that's been it in the second half.
Second down coming up for the Edgewood offense as the clock continues to wind down.
4:25 to go.
Ben Hansen, the quarterback, out of the shotgun. Jimenez, the running back, looking to just add some extra pressure. Hansen flings it down the right sideline, a Superman attempt, but no catch made. Intended for somebody I don't have on my roster, so that's always a positive.
What number was that?
Donovan Nedelkoff is who that was.
Nedelkoff. Okay.
Nedelkoff.
Donovan Nedelkoff. His dad is a basketball coach. Guy I really respect. Former coach Oregon. He's a big member of the WBCA. Actually, he's in charge of our clinics. We're going to have 1,000 coaches coming up here end of September up in the Dells for a coaching clinic.
Wow.
And Coach Mike Krzyzewski will be on Zoom doing the clinic.
Wow.
Looking forward to that.
You're full of factoids, aren't you? Look at Hansen eluding pressure here on third down. Lofts it to the end zone. Oh, and it's broken up. Well placed for Isaac Thielen.
14 with a nice break up there for McFarland, number Traden Randolph.
Yeah.
Junior defensive back.
Hansen threw that about 45 yards in the air on the run. That was an impressive throw by the quarterback, the third string quarterback, might I add.
So now we're facing a 4th and 19 from the 33.
With 2 minutes and 48 seconds to go.
Yep. Well, Edgewood has picked up first downs on longer down and distances. So, again, if they can do that, then they will literally run the clock out without a possession for McFarland in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
Which I have not seen before.
Snap to Hansen. Eluding pressure again. Makes a cut. Oh, and he is going. Oh, he's still on his feet. He breaks another tackle. Still going up the left sideline. In between the numbers. Isn't going to be good enough, but he escaped 3 tackles on that one.
15 got an 18-yard run out of literally nothing.
Right. Big trailers and big opportunity at Stoughton Trailers, hiring assemblers, welders, and more at the Broadhead, Evansville, and Stoughton locations. Learn more at stojobs.com. That's stojobs.com. Under the 2-minute mark now from McFarland as the Spartans take over on offense, down 35-0, looking to get some points on the board if they can, but they're running a real 2-minute drill here. And they do have all 3 timeouts. Here's the snap. And a handoff. Up the gut. Cutting and still on his feet, reaching past the 30-yard line for a gain of about 5 yards.
See that? I think that was number 20, Peyton Hauge.
Following the game, we'll send it back to the Park Bank ESPN Madison studios with downtown Molly Brown, giving all the updates around the area of Week 2 high school football. So make sure you stick around for that. As another carry there for the McFarland offense as we enter the under 1-minute zone. Well, Dennis, Edgewood purely dominant tonight here in McFarland. Here's the snap to Kennedy, who went under center, now backing it back up.
Yeah, both sides of the ball.
Both sides of the ball, indeed. 30 seconds now left in this game. Here's the snap to Kennedy. Kennedy hands it off. It's Zadra again. Zadra going right side. It's good enough for a first down and then some.
Second first down of the game for McFarland.
15 seconds to go. Will they get another play in is the question. And I don't believe they will. They're walking off the field with 5 seconds to go. Your final score tonight from McFarland. The visiting Edgewood Crusaders, 35-0 over the McFarland Spartans in Week 3. Edgewood now 3-0 on the season, 1-0 in Rock Valley Conference play. Dennis, as you just said, dominant on both sides of the ball tonight.
Yeah, in the first half, 19 plays, 4 yards total offense for McFarland. They only had it for 6 plays and picked up 37 yards here in the second half. The last part of it against the reserves for Edgewood. But great on both sides of the ball. But again, a lot of things that Edgewood has to clean up as they're heading into conference play before they play Jefferson, Evansville, some of the tougher teams, Monroe at the end of the year. But Trudgeon, 2 touchdowns, and you had Thompson had a touchdown run. Both quarterbacks, Folkers and Hartley played very well. And again, you see why Edgewood's got one of the better defenses in the state right now, among the leaders in sacks, tackles for loss, and they have plenty of tackles for loss to add on to that total tonight, and their second straight shutout. 14 points allowed in 3 games so far.
Wow, 14 points allowed in 3 games.
And
quick math here, 62 plus 35 adds up to
97 3 games.
97-14 outscoring their opponents this year. That's not too shabby last time I checked.
32 points a game and giving up 5.
Whew.
We'll take that.
I think you will every day of the week. The Crusaders now 3-0 on the season with a big win, 35-0 over the McFarland Spartans.
And the big one is win number 1 in the Rock Valley.
Exactly. It's win
Top of
number
the
1 in conference play. And that's all we've got the remainder of the year, Dennis. What do we got next week here on Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania?
Baraboo at Stoughton, and you will not be with me next week.
I will not be with you next week. I'll be out in Minnesota as Jesse Nelson, our cousin sub of the day, back at the helm of Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania. Baraboo at Stoughton next Friday. That'll do it for us. He's the Dean, Dennis Semrau. Thanks again to Jesse Nelson, our on-site videographer. I'm Alex Stroh. This has been Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania on 100.5 ESPN. Scores around the area